Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Wanted to take a break, jump on here, and talk a little bit of recruiting. I want to start in the class of 2026 with a prospect that's about to come off the board and then move into the class of 2025. And I get it, man, that class of 26, you got a long way to go there, but Tennessee is building a solid foundation. They're currently second in the country when you look at the class of 2026. They've got 4 guys currently committed that all rank inside the top 300. Faison Brandon, the 247 Sports overall #1 player in the country. You got Tyreek King, a 4-star wide receiver, Carson Snead, a 4-star tight end, and Brandon Anderson, a 4-star interior offensive lineman, all inside the on 300 when you look at it. And a lot of people tagging me on Twitter wanting an update with this 5-star tight end Kendrick Harrison set to come off the board on November the 30th. You can see there drops his top 6 of Florida State, Penn State, Tennessee, Oregon, Miami, and North Carolina. So let's talk about Kendrick Harrison. Again, 5-star prospect, #1 ranked tight end in the country, a top 15 overall guy. So this is a huge prospect, a big-time needle mover. Scouting report from Andrew Ivins, two-sport star with an intimidating frame that looks to be north of 6'6", could be molded into a variety of different things, but ceiling might ultimately be highest as an inline tight end, given large catch radius and potential as a blocker. Rare size makes him straight up mismatch for high school defenders, especially in the red zone as he fights for positioning. Not the sharpest route runner at this stage in his development, but can adjust to off-target throws and is a handful to bring down in the open field once he secures the prize. Says will move people out of the way and open up run lanes, but improved technique will only allow him to make more of an impact at the point of attack. Must keep progressing and buy into the process at the program of his choice, but has the tools to be a true difference maker on Saturdays. Might also get a look on defense as he has flashed the ability to redirect and chase down quarterbacks. Now, if you go back to his recruitment, he's a guy that we've talked about quite a bit before. He's teammates with David Sanders. When David Sanders committed to Tennessee and came off the board, he's on Instagram Live. You get a comment from Kendrick Harrison saying, "Come on, Dave, go ahead and tell them so I can commit in a couple of days." Now, Tennessee had a lot of momentum here for the 5-star tight end Kendrick Harrison. They had him in town unofficially back in March. Here's where it gets interesting. He was supposed to officially visit for the Alabama game, but unfortunately his grandmother passed away, wasn't able to make it in. Then due to scheduling, Tennessee couldn't get him back on campus, and part of that was the Mississippi State game where Tennessee, because of the NCAA investigation, because of the Jeremy Pruitt stuff, all of that, they were not allowed to have any official visitors for one home game. Tennessee chose Mississippi State. So due to scheduling, they could never get him back in town for his official visit. So for whatever reason, this is from Austin Price, says for whatever reason, Tennessee lost momentum there. It will not be them. I would bet on Oregon, which does not have a very deep tight end room at the time. Also, the crystal ball predictions, the Fong bomb, it is all coming in for Kendrick Harrison to end up at Oregon. So again, we talk about our guys that are committed, right? All the guys that I rattled off: Faison Brandon, Tyreek King, Carson Snead, Brandon Anderson, Tyson Bacon, Braylon Outlaw, all already committed to Tennessee for this class of 2026. You have to continue to recruit them. You have to keep them in the boat. We got a long way to go for this class of 2026. So the question is, will Tennessee continue to recruit Kendrick Harrison? Can they continue to use David Sanders to peer recruit Kendrick Harrison as they are teammates in high school? And then also, even once David Sanders is on campus, that relationship is there. Can Kendrick Harrison possibly get a visit to Tennessee next season? Again, that's what you're looking at when you're talking about the class of 2026. But let's move over and talk about the class of 2025. Tennessee currently sitting at 8th, looking to tie a bow on that class as we head into the signing day period in December for the early signing day period. So let's talk about Isaiah Campbell, a 4-star defensive lineman, again, a top 50 prospect, an elite prospect. 6'3", 265 out of Durham, North Carolina. Now, you look at Isaiah Campbell, decommitted from Clemson back on September the 21st. As soon as he decommitted, a lot of buzz, a lot of talk, a lot of hype around Tennessee in this one. But North Carolina kind of hanging around there as well. We'll talk about that here in just a second. Here is the scouting report for Isaiah Campbell, again from 247 Sports. Andrew Ivins on the scout says he's a moldable defensive lineman that can be deployed in a variety of different ways at the next level in both odd and even fronts. Size has not been third-party verified in over a year, but looks to be north of 6'3", with room to eventually carry 285 or more. Produced in a big way as a junior, racking up 110 tackles, 16 sacks, uses active hands to get off blocks, adequate get off at this stage, and has the burst to dart laterally and make stops while in pursuit. Understands how to find leverage, but isn't the most consistent edge setter. Likely to need some technical refinement before he's ready to be a full-time contributor on Saturdays. Overall, should be viewed as a scheme versatile point of attack defender that can slow down the run and add some value as a pass rusher. Could take a major step forward after a development year or two in a college strength program. Sunday upside if he keeps progressing. Now, he took his official visit to Tennessee back for the win over Alabama. Now, coming out of the end of October, Chad Simmons put out an update, said as soon as Isaiah Campbell decommitted from Clemson, honestly, even before the announcement, there was some buzz around Tennessee. This goes all the way back to before he committed. Then when he committed, the Vols were still in contact with the four-star defensive lineman out of Durham, North Carolina. Now, we know that's what Dabo Swinney does, right? You commit to Clemson, you got to shut down visits, but the lines of communication were still there. Tennessee continued the dialogue with Isaiah Campbell. Goes on to say he backed off the pledge, took an official to visit to Knoxville earlier this month. The Vols have increased their lead over North Carolina. Clemson still in communication with Campbell, but North Carolina is viewed as Tennessee's competition. Said he still has an official to Chapel Hill in November, but the SEC program in Knoxville is going to be tough to beat. Chad Simmons says, I'm calling my shot. Tennessee, confidence level, medium. So, again, a lot of buzz coming off of that official visit to Knoxville for the win over Alabama. The environment, once again, in Neyland Stadium is unmatched. There was a lot of buzz at that time. Would Isaiah Campbell even take his visit to North Carolina, or was this a done deal? Was Isaiah Campbell locked into Tennessee? Well, he did take that visit. He was officially on campus at North Carolina over the weekend. Here's a quote from his father. Said it was a great visit at UNC. Says the trip was highlighted by the Tar Heels' victory over Wake Forest. The quote continues, we had a chance to talk with Mack Brown, discuss his plans and vision for the future. Said he discussed his commitment to coaching as long as he can. Also, Isaiah was impressed with the defensive line coach. Said he has experience in the NFL. He coached the Ravens defense, won a Super Bowl with Ray Lewis and company. Says furthermore, there's a big improvement in the defensive line play. Right now, they're one of the top 5 programs in the country in sacks. Academically, it is a great school, and Isaiah was impressed. Now, here's the Simmons scoop. Chad Simmons providing the update. Says North Carolina has given Isaiah Campbell a lot to think about. He was in Chapel Hill this weekend, and the visit couldn't have gone any better. The family likes to set up at North Carolina on and off the field, and Mack Brown's staff has brought the Tar Heels back in this race. Says when he decommitted from Clemson, Tennessee was immediately viewed as the favorite. After his official to Knoxville, some felt he could commit before taking the visit to North Carolina. Now the race is tight. Could go either way, we are told. The Camels are expected to have some big discussions this week with a decision potentially coming Thanksgiving week. One of the things that I like that I've seen from Isaiah Campbell is he wants time. He's coming off the visit. He doesn't want to ride that visit high. He wants time to let things soak in and then make the best decision for him and his family. The big question is, does he want to leave the state of North Carolina? Now, Austin Price at VolQuest put out an update on Monday night, said UNC feels good. Tennessee has always worried he may just want to stay home, no matter the current state of the UNC program. A lot of questions, a lot of speculation. How long is Mack Brown going to actually coach? So I'm interested in what those conversations look like, as Isaiah Campbell's dad mentioned there in the quote. Now, as of late last night, Austin Price put up another update, said, I've heard some positive stuff for the Vols today. UNC feels good, but there has been some good quality dialogue today. So it's good that Isaiah Campbell is back in communication with the Tennessee coaching staff. Where does this one go? I think this would be a nice late ad for this coaching staff in the class of 25. So bad news on Kendrick Harrison. likely headed to Oregon. What about Isaiah Campbell? What do you think? Jump into the comment section and let's talk about it. Smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. Do all that YouTube stuff. Make sure you're subscribed, dialed in right here to the Talkin VAWLS Network. No live stream tomorrow morning. We will have the game day breakdown coming Friday morning, and then also we'll be live an hour before kickoff and immediately following the game on Saturday. So make sure you get in where you fit in. Go check out the merchandise, bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. Shout out to all the members of the channel. This show does not exist without you, so we appreciate your support. But that is going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.